We're live, and I forgot to run the intro video.
Oh no!
So hi,
we can do it now.
We're immediately live.
All right, hey everybody.
Hang tight. Hey everyone, welcome to Yukon Dark.
You know, I always thought that you were always so quick on playing that video. I always thought that was just like automatic. When the show went live, it just automatically played. I didn't even realize you were triggering it.
It's a manual process.
You know, you could probably splice those two videos into one video.
I would if one of them wasn't preloaded with the platform.
Ah, okay.
So I would need to go make it different. I could, I just haven't yet. But
Right, yeah, you know, it's just us. I mean,
hey everyone, it's Monday,
Right,
Tuesday,
exactly.
and Thursday apparently. Today's just
Wednesday,
the day.
Thursday.
All of the week in one day.
Yes.
But it's Yukon Dark Night, so we're going to end whatever today is with a healthy dose of terrible things.
Yes.
So very exciting.
An unhealthy dose.
Real quick, you will notice, astute and repeat viewers, that we are down a player tonight. Some personal life has come up, so we are flying one person short, but that's okay because it's cosmic horror and we were going to lose anyway. So it's utterly irrelevant, just like everything in the cosmos here. Here we go. I'm going to hand the show off to Madi on that really exciting upbeat note.
Woohoo! Okay, so I'm Madi Murdoch. I am a freelance writer, and I am super excited again for our 9th episode because tonight we're going to maybe see someone come back from the dead. If we haven't already seen that a bunch of times already, but I mean,
wait, what? Hold up. I don't like that. I think I call it Chekhov's gun. Chekhov's necromancy? I don't know what you would call it, but I don't like it.
Okay.
Real fast, Madi, if you could kill your camera and bring it back online. You seem
Oh yeah.
How about now?
Boom.
Awesome.
Kind of.
Kind of. Uh-oh.
It's okay. They just need to be able to hear us, really.
What else would this would be the day it would happen?
Right.
Yes, of course.
Well, hopefully I don't know that I can do anything about it besides
Hang on.
turn
I'm going to boot you from the stream. And then you can come back.
Yeah, you can try to play.
Wow.
I mean, you'll
Hammer.
survive if you do. So
Yeah, that's right. That's one way to make our characters live is to just never play again.
Yeah.
Well, everybody will see Madi in a minute. Hopefully.
Bailey retires. He quits. Just says I'm done with it. Nice playing with you guys.
Yeah.
All
As soon as she starts to get into like something's gonna happen, just be like, oh,
Right?
we
This is
lost
it.
you.
Oh, disconnected.
no, you're frozen.
Yeah. I got booted for puns, so
That's
there's
true.
that.
I do.
Oh,
Oh wow,
yay.
that looks like
much
so
better.
much
Way better.
awesome.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh well, you know what? We'll get through it. We'll get through
It'll
this
be fine.
together. It's the cosmic horror rays interfering with the the internet. I don't even know.
Yes.
That's how the internet works. Well done, Ryan.
That's how it works.
Oh, I'm so excited. Madi, you were introducing yourself. Are you done?
Yeah, I am done, but let's go ahead and hear from the rest of you. So maybe we'll just go Jameson, Molly, then Bailey. In
Sure.
that order. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Alan Barr. I run Gallant Night Games. I was the rules designer for Tiny Cthulhu, which we are playing, as well as a majority of the other Gallant Night games and stuff. You can, I don't know, if you're here, you probably know who I am. I always feel weird to myself. But I have a new policy tonight, and it's a really quick kick finger if the GM says the word muscular. I am ready to boot the GM if I hear the muscular ones.
That's it.
So I am prepped. I'm prepared.
We have amended our contract even.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's me. Hand it over to Ashley.
All right. My name is Ashley. I'm playing Molly McGee. Ashley, I like to play a lot of games and I do a lot of podcasting and things like that. So that's a lot of fun. Molly is kind of not a nice person. She's out for herself, and it's been fun to play someone that's very different from me. So we'll see what trouble they get into.
I'm Ryan. Hi, everybody. If you've been watching the show, you probably know who I am and who my character is, but I am playing Bailey. Bailey is kind of a con man, financier, came from a really wealthy family, but kind of was the black sheep and just, left it all and said, I'm going to just do my own thing and I'm going to make my own living in this world. And that's gone awfully bad for him, especially because all of that got him here now in this really bad situation where it's going to get even worse in probably the next 5 minutes. So
it's one of those
job,
every
Bailey.
Decision you've made has led to this point.
Correct.
Which I tell my roommate all the time. I'm just like, just so you know, you're here right now because of decisions you've made in the past.
Every single decision that was made from the minute you were born brought you right here.
Yes.
Don't think about that too much.
Delightful. Okay, Alan, do you want to introduce Jameson? I don't think we kind of...
Oh, yeah.
More. I'm the sled dog musher.
That's the sled dog. Alan brought props this
how
time.
many Ellas would it take, though, to pull a sled?
A lot more. Although Ella's pretty tough.
Hella Ellas would be
Ella.
I like that. Yeah. Apparently, she's had a long day, so she's being kind of clingy. So she might be in and out. So. Bonus puppy tonight, I guess.
Yay!
Yahoo! Okay, she can take Gina's place. Permanent.
Yeah.
Cast member.
Don't tell Gina that.
Okay. Well, to get into the story, just to recap a little bit about what happened last time, the group banded together to kill a winged creature that was also melded with a tentacle monster. So they did awesome. As far as clues go, they have one of the books. Another of the books has disappeared, supposedly taken by Henry the Deputy, okay? And we also kind of ended specifically with hearing some screams coming from the mine, okay? So we're going to go ahead and just start from that point. Jameson just shot a man to death because he apparently was part of this cult, right? They saw the marks on his hands and thought, we don't want this guy alive, okay? But you're basically behind the hotel, hovering over this body. What are you going to do? And Duff just showed up and was like, they're screaming from the mine. Should we go look at it?
Let's take the body with us into the mine. It can
serve. Whoa!
It can serve multiple purposes. Dispose of the body, bait for whatever creature happens to be living in there, a sacrifice to some kind of ancient god if need be. I just think having an extra dead body around might be helpful.
Yeah, it comes in the standard adventurers pack is dead body to use for various purposes.
Right.
Totally. Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable with that plan.
No.
First of all, it's really far from here to the mine. I'm not hauling a body that far.
Yeah, we're at the complete opposite end of town right now. So
get a cart. Okay, fine. Or we could just leave the body here. I was trying to do you a favor, Jameson, because you just murdered a person. I thought maybe you'd like to hide the evidence. But if not,
based on the way the last few days have gone, I suspect I'm going to be murdering a whole passel of folk.
That's fine. I'll let you do the murdering. I'll stand back and watch. I'll come up with an alibi for you.
Hey, you, Duff.
Duff.
Yes. Duff the miner approaches and says,
"Hey, you miner boy.
You just killed Ralph."
Well, yeah. What? So here's what we're gonna do. Duff and Ralph, y'all need to. Yeah, right. I'm gonna have you take this body, and you're gonna take it to the sheriff, and you're gonna tell the sheriff that I shot Ralph.
Wait, you want to be arrested? Are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, Ralph was nice, but I'm your friend, and I don't think that's a good idea, Jameson.
Yeah, but they're gonna find out and try to arrest me anyway.
I mean, if
Okay.
anybody's arresting anybody in here, I mean,
Yeah,
said the police force has gotten a little lax over the last couple days.
but I want you to tell the sheriff that we're on her side and to look at the hands of the man because he was involved in the cult that had summoned that flying monster.
Duff kind of like,
That was a lot of. Did we lose our GM?
I think so.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, there.
Wait, maybe she's back.
Oh wait, nope. False alarm.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of technical difficulties.
I know.
I do live streams almost every day of the week, and I had issues on my my Wednesday live stream had a technical glitch. My Thursday live stream earlier this evening had a technical glitch, and now that I'm just cursed, I guess.
Mm.
It's my fault,
back
Alan. I'm
yet?
sorry.
Yeah, you're back. Good.
can
Hey!
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
I wonder what's going on.
me.
Okay.
I
If it
cursed
happens
everybody.
again, maybe I'll restart my computer. But
Oh, no.
we'll see.
All right, we'll have Ryan do a stand-up routine.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I
can talk-
feel.
Let me tell you about all my favorite board games for 20 minutes. I'll fill in the dead air. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you were saying, I said
Yes.
the cult thing, and he was kind of responding
Yeah,
or looking, or
Yeah, he doesn't. You're saying a lot of things that don't make sense to him. Yes, he saw the winged monster, but he doesn't know anything about this cult, so he thinks you're being a little weird. He's like, "There's a cult."
Mm-hmm.
yeah, where do you think the monster came from? Things
he
like
says-
that don't just show up.
And he's like, I thought it just came from the sky. Remember Queasy Martin? He said he saw something up there. This gotta be that.
Right, but you're not thinking big picture. These new flying apex predator things, they don't just appear out of nowhere. Ain't nobody ever wrote down one of these before, and none of those nature books.
That
Right.
you know of. Well, we have this
And
book
Duff's
going.
like, well, I don't do very much reading, but I mean, it's an animal. Animals come from nature. You're saying that someone brought this here? Someone is controlling this thing?
So it seems, and he was involved in the cult of crazies that was controlling the flying tentacle monster.
Mhm.
Are you
Words
sure?
I never thought I'd say.
I know.
Well, I was sure enough to shoot the man, and I don't generally known for making rash decisions. Don't look at me, Molly. You keep that out of yourself.
What is that? I can't hear that. I just heard Jameson say something.
No.
My decisions are efficient, but they are never rash.
Well, Duff kind of gives you a look. Like he's like, I want to believe you, but I don't.
That's
says,
perfectly
"Sure."
fair.
I mean, I will take the body to the sheriff, like you said. I will try to tell her that you shot him because you said that he was in a cult. See what she says. I mean, should I tell her to find you here?
No, we're headed to the mine.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go find out what that screaming is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I'm going to shoot that.
Well, that I approve of.
And
Well,
this is
I-
going to be premeditated. It is not rash. It's going to be clearly thought out.
He has already
Efficient.
decided. He is
Yes.
going there with intent to murder this monster. Yes.
Correct.
And he said, "Well, I sure hope you don't shoot that person. It sounds like a woman. Like I said, maybe it's
I
Dr. Whitaker. She's been missing for a few days."
It
If
might be.
that's the case, I ain't going to shoot her. I'm going to shoot the thing that's making her scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's even, or maybe it's just something impersonating her. We'll find out.
Mhm.
Wait, somebody's impersonating her?
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
Lord Almighty, Bailey, why are you talking?
Let's go.
Let's go to the mine.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
We'll
I'm
pull,
just saying, be prepared for anything. That's
we'll
all
pull
I'm saying.
Katie along with us and head to the mine.
Duff still has his cart full of dynamite. So he says,
Oh, yeah.
you want this?
Mhm.
I'll drag I'll drag Ralph over to the sheriff's office. So he kind of leaves
Okay.
it with you and then starts kind of pulling Ralph down the street.
So he didn't like just give us the dynamite and use the cart to take the body. He
That would have been
Well, it's like a bunch of things. It's not
You
just
don't
like
wanna-
the things in a neat box. It's kind of like he just like threw all of the stuff together in there. So there's
gotcha. Okay.
there's fuses, there's like paper and powder kegs, and it's just like all in this.
Mm.
Also, you don't really want to carry sticks of dynamite barehanded.
Well, you
Just
might
in
not
case.
want to.
I don't want to. That's a fact.
So we take the cart then, and he's got the body, and I guess we start heading to the mine.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay, so again, on your way to the mine, you have to pass the body of the creature that you blew up. And last time I said that like there are pieces of it everywhere.
Were we gonna blow it up farther with the dynamite, or were we gonna dynamite the main house? I don't remember what the dynamite was for anymore.
The dynamite was for whatever we find that we need it for.
So it's kind of rapid response dynamite.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Multi-use.
Multi-use dynamite, Swiss Army dynamite. Yeah, we could use it to blow holes in the mine, to close the mine, blow something up. So light
Now-
source.
I'm gonna actually ask Bailey because he saw
no.
Duff prepare the dynamite to throw
that's
at
true.
the creature. So I'm gonna have Bailey roll just kind of like a memory roll of some kind to see if you can remember how that's done. Because like I said, this is just a bunch of just like dynamite materials in a cart.
Would my skill and perception give me a third die? Saying
Sure.
because I was watching him so closely.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
die. Don't.
That's
Ooh,
okay.
6, 2, 1.
Okay.
So it
All right,
didn't
you
fail
feel-
me.
Yeah, you feel like you could replicate what
Yeah.
Duff did. So that means
Just put
timed
the thing
fuses.
in there and wrap that thing and light
that
that
kind of
thing. It's easy.
Okay, excellent. All right, so as you're kind of going down the street, right, like I said, there's puddles of this kind of glowing ichor everywhere, and you're noticing that there's kind of like a mist rising from it, and the mist is definitely going up. But as you're kind of looking at it, it's not like steam where it's just kind of like haphazardly going everywhere. You definitely feel like it's like pointed, like it's almost being funneled up toward a certain point up in the sky.
All right. Well, that's creepy.
Like, would a breeze move it? Is it like a mist enough to where if like, would it move it?
Yeah,
Are
you
we asking
definitely
if
feel
we're
like there's a little bit of wind, perhaps, like that
Okay.
could move it. So it's not like it's solid.
Okay.
But you do feel like there's some type of upward draft, perhaps, that's like sucking it upwards.
Okay. Hmm.
Are we gonna blow that thing up again?
The fog.
Blow up the fog, the mist.
Maybe.
Like a useful use of dynamite.
If we put a tarp over it or something.
It is
Are you-
everywhere. Like it's
Get a big
splashed
fan.
across Main Street, right? So there's like
Mhm.
bits on roofs and across the facades of all the buildings, and some just kind of puddled around in the street.
And it's
So-
coming up from all of them.
That pun. I don't know about that
I
pun.
know.
Thanks,
Okay.
Paul.
Okay.
Then I think that if that's happening, we should work quickly because something's about to happen, and I don't want to be in town when it happens.
That's true. I don't either. I don't really want to be in town, period.
Yes. Also that. Hmm.
Okay. All right. So you make the trek up the hill, going to the mine. Anything you want to accomplish or talk about before you get to the mine mouth?
So just to be clear, when we go in there, we're not going to shoot a person who is in trouble, correct? We are going to shoot the thing that is making them be in trouble. Just make
I
sure
don't
we're
have
on
a
the same
gun,
page.
so-
I'm looking at Jameson.
I ain't never shot nobody that didn't deserve it in my life.
Okay.
What about Curtis?
He deserved it. He was clearly some sort of undead revenant abomination. You saw him
Now he's undead. He wasn't undead before. He was.
you don't
He
know
had to
that.
be dead to be undead. Like he had to.
I don't know how this thing works. Probably he wasn't dead. So you know what? Maybe he wasn't dead before that.
That's, I
The shoot
guess,
him just kind of showed it.
I guess I can't really argue with that logic.
That is true.
That is true.
Mhm.
Okay.
Who knows how long he'd been attempting hiding in a man's skin?
Well, awesome.
Also,
Either way, let's not shoot the doctor. I don't care if you have a bad feeling about the doctor or not. Let's just not shoot until we know.
I ain't gonna bother to help you people. Jeez.
Okay.
Well,
I hope I'm not three.
I'd rather, honestly, deep down, I'd rather that Jameson shot a thing, even if it was an innocent person, rather than like me getting eviscerated. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I won't be too angry at him.
So what's with all the hostile questioning?
Mm.
Just saying, try to ask questions first this time. That's all.
Okay. So, as you approach the mine, it is pitch black, right? It is nighttime. There's no mining crew down there. In fact, there's usually some type of watch over the mine to make sure that there's no people going into the mine at night.
Mhm.
Okay. But as you approach, there's nobody there. And Katie, she's still with you at this point, even though her player's not here. But Katie, the character, is here, and she kind of says, Edgar says there's something down there.
That was a pretty good impression.
Yeah, it was.
It took me a minute to remember Katie was there.
Right.
She says it's big, whatever it is.
So we've got lots of dynamite.
And as you kind of listen a little bit, you do hear that really faint screaming that Duff said that he heard while he was getting the dynamite for you.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally you'll hear the screams kind of just like stop suddenly, and then you hear kind of like a reverberating growling sound.
Okay.
That, Jameson, you can shoot. Whatever's making that
Yeah.
noise.
Mm-hmm.
So, since I'm the one that doesn't have guns, I should be the one that carries like the lantern or the torch or whatever. I'll try to like give you guys light so you can shoot whatever things you're trying to shoot.
Mm-hmm. And I also think that you should carry the dynamite since you're the one that knows how to like
Well, I'll push the dynamite cart.
assemble it. Mm-hmm.
No fire near the dynamite cart.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Don't shoot the dynamite cart. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, you have all been in the mine before when you went down with Dr. Whitaker. She had a map. She didn't know how to read it very well, but Jameson was kind of able to help her navigate it a little bit. You don't have a map now, though, unfortunately. So I'm going to have everyone roll to see if you kind of can remember how the map looked, or at least kind of find your way down through the tunnels of this mine.
Nope.
Does my perception or investigation help with this one?
Maybe either of
Okay.
those would work. Yeah.
Okay,
can see
good.
the case there.
It didn't help though. So
Yeah.
No
I was
fives
like,
or
I don't
sixes.
know if you can see what I.
cool. Well, I like those dice.
Yeah. Oh, they're little Viking dice. They're cool. Yeah, I got a 1 and a 2 though, so I
They're
don't
cool.
like them a whole lot right now. But yes. Mhm.
Okay. So, I mean, it's black as night there, so it's kind of hard to tell where you're going. How about Jameson? Do you remember anything about the map or the
I did
tunnels?
get a success.
Okay. All right. So, Jameson, you have a clearer sense because you studied the map quite a bit. All right. Now, if you recall, in order to go down into the mine, there was actually a pulley system, and the pulley system is run by a person up at the top. Now, there is no person up at the top, so we're going to have you decide how are you going to get down there.
Okay.
Is the rope still there?
The rope is still there. The elevator is still there. Nothing looks out of the ordinary.
Is it something like where we could do the rope pulley stuff from the cart? Like, could we?
You
Because if it's like this and the cart's like on
figure
it,
it out. Yeah. Usually
Good.
it's done by a crew of people or a mule or something, but none of that's
Mhm.
there. So potentially you could figure it out, but it might
Okay.
take a little bit of maybe finagling. So
Could
is there-
Katie
I was
do it
just
for
going
us?
to say that.
Can
Sure.
Katie lower us down into the mine?
Yeah.
Katie would love to rule.
I mean, Katie's still
lower
here.
you
She
down
didn't
into
just
the
vanish.
mine.
Yeah.
She goes, okay.
Uh-oh.
Katie
Yeah.
does volunteer to
Okay,
lower
cool.
you down. Okay. All right, so you all crowd in. Now, Jameson, are you taking all of your dogs down with you into the mine as well? No?
No.
Every single time.
We'll put them somewhere narratively safe. I'll only bring my main dog with me,
Okay.
Aurora.
All right. Aurora will be going. The rest will stay up top with Katie and Edgar. Okay.
Yeah, that seems like a good place.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, so as you go down, right, this is kind of a long shaft, so it takes a little bit of time to get down there. Again, it's pitch black. You can't see anything, but you are hearing a lot. It sounds like there's a lot going on down there. You are hearing just echoing, reverberating shrieks and screams and, like I said, growling and roars. And you also hear what kind of sounds like rushing wind or water. And it's just kind of, the sound is just like reverberating across every tunnel, down every walkway. And it's almost impossible to figure out exactly where you're supposed to go. But initially, you do have two tunnels. You can either go down the west tunnel or the east tunnel, and eventually those will branch off into different shafts as well. So which way do you go first?
We're not hearing any of the screaming, right?
Oh, you're hearing screaming.
Screaming and shrieking and howling and growling.
Mhm.
I did not mean for that to rhyme, just so you know. That's just how they came out. So.
Is it clear which branch is coming from?
Mm-mm. It's
Too
there's
echoey.
just too many sounds and they're just
That's
bouncing
fine.
everywhere. Mhm.
Where's Gandalf when we need him?
Not in this universe.
Wait, when was Lord of the Rings published? That's a good question.
You're a couple decades too early.
Dang it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Jameson, you had a good look at that map when we were here before. Do you have any idea which way we should take, since there's
Well,
just screens everywhere?
I think in lieu of a better option and no insight, maybe we just try to retrace our steps when we came down here with the man before. And maybe, we'll get lucky going that way.
Okay.
But I don't got a better solution than,
Well, I'll follow you wherever you want to go.
Yeah, so we'll try to retrace our steps when we came down before.
We have like a rope that we can like tie like to Jameson that we can all hold to make sure that we stay in a line.
Like everyone do the chain thing.
As you look around down near the bottom of the elevator, there is a coil of rope if you'd like to pick that up.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. So are we tying it around like our waists and walking in like a line, or are we just holding onto the rope, or how are we doing this?
Probably just holding on to it, right? I mean, we could tie one into the cart, one into Jameson, and that way we don't get lost from each other. It's dark in here.
And then also, if someone gets taken, it's not going to pull all of us
You're right. If we
tied together.
we shouldn't tie ourselves together. No,
Okay.
but I
The
think
lovely sausage link. That's what
I think,
Yes.
I think having an anchor is not a bad idea.
Like a little kebab on string
Right.
for whatever's down here.
You ain't hog tying me like some pig being led to the bacon house, all right? Like,
So you hold on to one end of the rope, and as you walk, we'll also hold on to the rope so we can at least see where we're going.
that's fine.
Okay. All right. So you go in, let's just say the west tunnel. All right. That's specifically where Delilah went first when she was making a survey of the mine. And as you go, Molly, I'm going to have you make a perception test really quickly.
Okie doke. That one I did get a success on.
Okay. All right. Molly, you are just walking. What order are you in? So Jameson's first. Who's second?
I'm last. So
You're last.
Are you? Because I would think you without the gun. Oh yeah, you've got the cart.
I'm gonna
That's
push
true.
the cart.
So I guess I'm in the middle.
And also, Bailey said that he was carrying a lantern.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know how bright. Like, I mean, the lantern should light our surroundings pretty easily, right?
Mm-hmm. You can see about 10, 15 feet in front of you.
Okay. Okay, so it's Jameson, me, and then Bailey then.
Yeah.
Someone just said that I'm skipping real bad still, so I'm gonna go ahead and
but it's
my
okay.
computer. Are you sure? I'm gonna
it's
try
you.
restarting. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna try restarting to see if that fits. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes.
We'll do quickfire Q&A with Ryan.
Hey!
Thought we were gonna do an intermission. You play that like we're all going to the movies.
Why isn't Ryan the big one? Hang on.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm tiny.
This is so difficult. It should have.
Yep.
Still you. Okay, there it is.
Now Ryan's the big one. All right, quickfire Q&A with Ryan. Ryan, what's your favorite board game?
Voyages of Marco Polo.
Why is that your favorite? I've never heard of that one. You've
Boy,
completely
it's so
never heard of it
good.
either.
Oh my gosh. It's so good. It uses dice placement in a super unique, interesting way.
Okay.
There's board competition. It's like worker placement, but you use the dice as your workers to take all these different actions. And I like Marco Polo. I like that whole Spice Road part of the world. So
where can folks get it if they want it?
Online, Amazon, your friendly local game store. Cool mini or cool stuff. I mean,
cool. Ashley, ask your question. Rapid fire, go.
Oh God, I don't know.
That was so rapid.
I know. I'm very rapid. So, what made you decide to start like reviewing board games?
I've just always loved it, and my friend asked me if I wanted to review some board games with him, and I said yes, I do, and I did, and it was great, and we've been doing it for 5 years now.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing board games my whole life.
What's a board game you have that you haven't been able to play yet, but you want to?
Oh my God, I have stacks and stacks and stacks of them. Chronicles of Druganor, right there. I got the Kanban EV version. I have Marvel United, which I barely even touched. So many.
I have a question for you. Who's your favorite MCU hero?
Man, probably Captain America, honestly, but that's changing now as the movies go on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, clearly the answer is Scarlet Witch based on the Avatar.
Right, I was gonna.
They're like,
say,
who's your favorite hero? As they have the picture.
As
like,
these
as
Marvel shows have come out, like it's very like I'm a Captain America fanboy for life. But yeah, I like Scarlet Witch. Like WandaVision was just blew me away. So anyway, Barty's back now. Right. So
that's been
no more MCU.
Bonus question with Ryan.
We'll save the MCU talk for our tiny supers that I'm sure we're going to play someday.
Yeah, we'll get there. Thanks for rapid fire bonus question round with Ryan. Next time Monty has to drop is Ashley's turn. Oh boy, here we go. But so we're back in the mines, in the horde, in the muck. Me at the front, Ryan at the back with the cart, and Ashley safe in the middle.
All right.
Molly safe in the middle. Bailey.
Molly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Molly, the reason I picked you, because I assumed you were in the middle because Bailey has the cart in the back. So, now the reason I picked you is because I'm assuming that Jameson is focusing on making sure that they go in the right direction, right?
Yeah.
Making sure the sounds are getting louder, right? I mean, not necessarily that you want them to get louder, but it means you're getting close. And so you're just kind of following, and you have the mental space to kind of notice that there is some movement on either side of you on the floor.
When you say movement,
like you're noticing, like out of like your peripheral vision, you're just kind of like noticing that there's just something there, and you look and there's nothing there, but there's
like muscly tentacles.
you're not sure what it is because you can't get a good look, and you feel like, oh, maybe it's just the flickering flame of the lantern. But then as soon as you kind of like try to confirm that that's what it is, you can't tell.
Okay. I don't say anything.
Okay.
Just keep going because I just assume that my mind is playing tricks on me, and I don't want to. We're headed into a very tense situation, and I don't want to freak them out by making them think that there's something there that's not. So.
Sure. Okay.
So I just kind of and then go.
No worries. All right. Jameson, as you're kind of leading them through the tunnel, you get deeper and deeper in the mine, and you're noticing that it's actually getting a lot warmer for some reason. This shouldn't be the case, right? You are going down deep into the earth. It is winter time, but for some reason you're starting to feel a little bit of heat.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Aurora also she keeps like looking to the sides, not straight ahead with you. She keeps kind of like turning toward the wall, either wall, as if she's noticing something and you're not sure exactly what she's looking at.
All right, everybody ready to go back?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm good walking away from that. Nope. Yep. All right. I mean, if I look, do I see anything unusual?
Go ahead and make a perception test.
Oh, I don't want to. I never want to roll to perceive things in cosmic horror. I didn't see anything. I got nothing.
Okay.
That's the best. Like, whatever. Ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. So maybe Aurora's just spooked from being down in the mine. I mean, she's not used to being in such an enclosed, long place, dark place. And so you kind of ignore it. Now, this heat that I was talking about, it kind of continues to get...
Oh no, that's bad news.
That is bad news.
To get what? Continues to get what?
Right. You also start to notice that the air is getting a little bit
Wait.
moist.
Wait. You cut out. We don't know what was happening.
Oh,
You said
You just came back and kept going, and we don't know what was going on there in the middle.
sorry.
I know it was bad and hot. And
you said the heat is getting. You notice the heat's getting.
Okay, a little bit more intense.
Okay.
Almost as if the air were filled with like needles, almost. Like occasionally you'll just get like a little stab or a prick of like heat that just kind of like glances off your clothes, off your face as you're going on. But you're also noticing that the air is getting quite moist. Like there's some type of mist in the air. You're not exactly seeing anything, so there's nothing obstructing your view or the light at all, but you definitely feel like there is moisture in the air. When again, it's very odd for this mine.
Starting to feel real humid.
yeah, well, I mean, we've seen worse. I guess we keep going, right? I mean,
Yes.
I'm not happy about it, but
Okay. Bailey, I'm going to go ahead and have you make a perception test now.
all right, let's just perception. That's my best one. So let me get 3 dice.
Okay.
Don't fail me, dice. Come on. Look, watch me press it. Nothing happens. You tell me that I just tap the button over and over again.
What is
I
today?
don't know. My dice roll is just not working. Technology is not happening.
Oh, no.
All right, but it did fail me, so I failed the
Okay.
roll.
All right.
So no, I see nothing.
You see nothing. Unfortunately for you, that wasn't a good thing.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
As you're going, you suddenly feel this intense pain just like grab you right at the ankle, right at the back of your heel. Almost as if some type of creature has just grabbed you with its jaws and has just sunk its teeth deep into your foot.
Okay, well, Jameson, shoot this thing. Does it like, do I trip? Do I fall? Or do I just feel it grab me?
If you feel it grab you, you don't fall though. It's just like an explosive moment of pain. You jump, okay?
I mean, like I startle easily. This thing grabbed me, and I shout for Jameson, like it's got me.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it's got me.
Do I see something that's got him?
Okay, you look and you absolutely see something that's got him. It looks to be a giant rat. It's probably about this long.
I thought it was going to be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
That's just the body. Like the tail is like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the tail can't bite you, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like an ROUS or anything, so.
No, it is a normal sized rat, but it is locked onto your ankle.
Okay.
I'm an okay shot. I don't know if I'm that good a shot, but I'll give it a whirl.
Don't shoot my foot off.
What's the worst that happens? I shoot Jameson, or I'm Jameson. I shoot Bailey. Hey, Bailey.
Yes. I'm gonna lift my foot up slowly.
I'm gonna take my gun and, try to as precisely as possible shoot this thing.
Okay.
I rolled 3 1s.
Oh no!
I thought you were a good shot.
I'm a great shot.
Right.
To be clear, this is the first time I missed the whole campaign.
That's true. All right, so I'm definitely going to have you shoot Bailey, just like right in the leg.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Bailey's dancing around with this rat, and so you accidentally shoot him right in the leg. Bailey, you fall to the ground, bullet in your leg.
Nice.
I mean, three 1s. What are we going to do? We just have to make it happen.
No, I'm down on the ground. Do I take a wound for that, I assume?
You do.
Yeah. I'm marking my wound.
It's fine. I got 5 more bullets.
That's fine.
No. Just use a hammer or something. Get this thing off me.
Dynamite.
No.
The rat off.
I don't like any of these.
Cast fireball.
I'll run over there with a, I'll grab a rock. Is there a rock on the ground?
There's plenty of rocks. Yep, you're in a mine. All right. And you're able to smash the rat.
I don't have to roll?
No, I mean,
sweet.
Bailey's on the ground.
You could have tried this before shooting.
You told me to shoot it. You literally said, Jameson, shoot it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is on you.
All right, well, it's off, right?
You notice as you're smashing the rat lets go. You notice that the rat has kind of some like open sores all over its neck and also its belly. And this looks quite similar to what you saw a few days ago with the moose.
The moose
forest.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we had the moose kind of rubbing its neck raw against trees. This seems like the rats maybe have been eating each other, right? Like you feel like this is not something that it's not just rubbing itself on rocks. You feel like there's definitely some tooth marks that you're seeing across the body of the rat.
Yep. Cool.
All right, great. I'm going to get infected and turn into one of those things now.
Yes, you are now a were-rat. Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to just shoot you now and be done with it?
No, I
mean, you already did.
You already did.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just...
How about not? I'm going to have to use this stupid cart to balance myself the whole rest of this time.
Is there
anybody know first aid?
I have a heal. That's what I was going to say. Is I can do healing.
Well, please do.
Yeah, one of the traits that I took at the beginning was healer. So I test 2d6 to heal for 2 hit points. It cures poison, disease, and other physical ailments. So, okay. 2d6. Let's see how I do. I got 2 5s.
Excellent. Okay, you're able to patch Bailey up. It looks like he just got grazed by the bullet. It was
good.
more frightening than anything. It wasn't actually like a bullet going into his leg. You're not sure exactly how to clean out the rat wound, but you feel like, once you get topside and you get some alcohol or something, you could probably wash it out real well. But you're able to.
Able to what? What am I able to do?
You're able to walk normally. Sorry.
Okay, good.
That's okay.
All right.
Okay. Jameson, do you have a flask on you of liquid alcohol that I could dump on Were-Rat's ankle here?
Do I have a flask of liquid alcohol? Yes. Can
Correct.
you dump it on Bailey's leg? No.
Just a little bit.
No. This is top-notch stuff. I ain't wasting this on a rat or Bailey. I guess that was similar.
Well, okay, fair enough. But I don't want to like turn into one of those zombie rats. So
if you start to turn into a zombie rat, I will peg you right between the eyes. Do not worry.
Yes. You may not have a gun, but you're with two people who do have a gun who are very keen on surviving. So we will not let you turn into a were-rat and try and take us down.
I will let you pour some on it.
Okay.
Grimacing the whole time as you pour out my good scotch.
Yeah. So I make eye contact and I drink some of it, and then I put it on on his ankle.
Judas.
Okay. Now, as you're just kind of on the ground doing all of this, you're noticing that there's actually a few more rats. This one jumped and bit Bailey, but you're noticing that movement that you kept seeing was actually rats running out of the mine. So they are running away from the direction that you're going in.
So we're walking this way and the rats are going this way.
So we're walking against the swarm of rats. Against the flow.
Awesome.
There's It's not a swarm of rats. It's like occasionally every maybe like 2 or 3 minutes you'll see one. Kind of
So that's
dark.
not as bad as what I was imagining.
No.
IRL, Marty, if we're ever talking about that, more than one rat is a swarm. Okay.
If there's an S on the end of rat, that means swarm.
Yes, stands for swarm.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, swarms it is then. But again, as you're kind of watching them, now that you kind of know what to look for, you're noticing that yes, these rats seem to have these sores kind of across their backs and over their
Do we have
body.
like a spare stick in the cart or anything? Like a
Um,
shovel handle or something?
there is a shovel in the cart, yes.
Okay. I'm going to take off the shovel head and just have the stick.
Okay.
And as I walk down the tunnel, if I see a rat, I'm going to try to whack it.
Okay.
Like whack a rat instead of whack a mole.
Well, just like if I'm walking past them and they're just going to try to, that way we don't have any more of this rat shooting Bailey in the foot.
Yeah,
Sure.
please.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
I should have yelled
I'm
rat
gonna
when I
do-
shot you. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I really dropped the ball at that.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and have you roll to see if you hit any of the rats.
I don't want to.
You don't want to hit the rats, or you don't want to roll?
I rolled a 1 on my 1 die.
Oh, okay. So you hit none of the rats.
This is where all my excellent luck is catching up with me.
All right. I mean, you used it up on a monster, so I think that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So by this point, you've been walking for quite a while. You feel like you've been walking maybe 20 minutes, and you're not sure that the sounds of the screams are getting any louder, but you are noticing that the sounds of the growling is getting louder.
And the barking.
And the barking. Aurora is getting a little bit more tense, as if she's sorry.
Okay, we heard.
We heard intense.
Okay.
Aurora's getting tense, and then
yes. So like the first kind of starting to stand up on the back of her neck. She's starting to growl just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You still don't see anything.
Well, I feel like we're probably going in the right direction if the rats are moving the opposite direction. If they're trying to get away from something, there's probably something really big and bad in there. So whether that's the right direction, it depends on what our goal is. But if we're down here to find the bad thing, I think we're headed in the right direction.
Comforting. All right. Well, keep pressing forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. As you continue to go, by this point, you are starting to feel sweat bead all across your body, just like soaking into your clothes. It is that
Nice.
hot and moist in this part of the cave. And occasionally, Jameson, you kind of feel like maybe you see like a flicker of light up ahead, but every time you kind of like concentrate on it, it disappears. So you're not exactly sure. And by this point, you've definitely gone down several tunnels that kind of branched off, again, following the kind of map in your head from Dr. Whitaker. And eventually, you come to a dead end. And you really haven't seen very much. And at the dead end, you turn around and go back up that tunnel, try a different tunnel. You go down. And again, there's a dead end. And this happens maybe 4 more times, right? You keep going through different tunnels, trying to figure out the right one. And eventually you feel like you've gotten to the point where there are no more tunnels. You've gone down maybe half a dozen tunnels by this point, and you haven't seen anything. You keep occasionally seeing rats, but you haven't really found anything.
Nice.
But oddly enough, that roaring sound still is getting louder as you kind of continue on.
I mean, we didn't stop when I got bit by a rat. I don't think we're stopping now.
I mean, yeah, I guess we'll go back and try to see if the other branch works. Like if it like isn't here, it isn't here. So
None of us are cartographers, so I will get lost.
We'll just backtrack and do it again from the other direction.
Okay. As you backtrack, you notice again, strangely, that it's not getting cooler as you go back from where you came. It's still continuing to get very, very hot. And eventually, you come to where you thought the elevator was, but the elevator is no longer there. And Jameson, as you're kind of thinking about it, you're thinking, no, the elevator absolutely should be here. Mm-hmm. Based on what I was kind of keeping track of, everything, we went down all of the tunnels on the west side. We should have gone down the main shaft. This should be where the elevator is. But for some reason, it's just really, really hot in this location.
Great. Tell. We're dead.
Yep.
We're burning alive. Jameson, tell me where to go. I mean, we're going to be freaking out a little bit.
I ain't exactly sure. This is where the elevator should be. It ain't making no sense. I'm trying to piece it together as best I can here.
Should have marked the walls or something.
Elevator would be. Can we look up and see if we see anything in the shaft or anything?
Sure. So as you go to the elevator shaft, you kind of look up and there's nothing there, as if it has never been there. There's no hole going up. It's just straight sealed stone.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Now, hold on. We got ourselves a light, right?
Yeah.
One of them open flame type lights. So, is it in a lantern, or are you like holding a torch? Like, how are we doing this?
It's in a lantern.
It's in a lantern, and I'm holding it.
Open up the little glass door in the lantern, and see which way the wind is blowing, and we'll walk into the wind because that's where the air is coming from.
Sounds good. It's good enough logic for me, I guess.
I'm working here. I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So you do this, and strangely, very similar to how you saw the mist kind of rising up outside, you see the flame kind of leaning in a direction as if it's being directed by some type of invisible draft.
We'll go that direction.
Okay.
Using our super awesome new fire compass.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, oddly, it's actually leading back where you came from. So the very tunnels that you just explored, the tunnels that you thought you thoroughly searched.
Yep.
So there's something that way.
I hate this.
Well, I didn't even want to come down into this mine. So since we're down here, I'm getting like, you got me down here into this mess.
Okay.
Now, one thing you have noticed is that growling sound, right? You still hear it from the west tunnel where you're probably going to go head back to. But you notice that you haven't heard the screaming in a while.
Okay.
Too late? Are we too late, maybe?
Possibly. Okay, so like part of me wants to blow up the elevator shaft and see if we can make a hole there, but then the other part's like, hey, we're underground and there's a lot of rock, and that would probably go very badly for us.
We haven't found the shaft yet.
We found where it was supposed to be, and it's
Right.
solid rock like it was never there.
Right, exactly. So what is there to blow up? A hole in the wall, maybe?
Yeah. Okay, so head back
If
and
you had
then
this dynamite, we could just start blowing up holes. Seems like a terrible idea.
works in Zelda. Just go to the end of the
That's
tunnel.
exactly right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, find a tunnel that doesn't lead anywhere, blow up, put a bomb at the bottom
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
See if there's cracks in the wall. That's how that works. Okay. So I guess we head back
Okay.
again.
All right. You head back. As you're going back down, Bailey, I would like you to make a perception test.
Okay, so let's do it. Ooh, double sixes.
Okay. Now, you get this really weird feeling like you've done this before. I mean, of course you've done this before. You were just walking down this exact tunnel just 10 minutes ago. But then suddenly you get this feeling like you should move your foot.
I'm going to move it.
And you move the foot, and instantly you see this rat run up and try to bite you. But because you see it, you're able to move your foot out of the way
Ah,
right at the last moment.
another rat.
Okay.
Or is it the same rat?
No, it's clearly another rat.
It looks, I mean, you've kind of been watching a lot of rats. And so this could just be another rat, but you kind of get the sense that maybe it's not. Like
Well,
maybe the sore patterns on its back are just too similar to that other rat that bit you.
Well, it's just deja vu is what it is.
Could be.
Whoa, deja vu, everybody.
It absolutely could be.
That was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was completely weirdly normal deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, let's keep moving. Let's not linger
Jameson,
here.
You're noticing as you're trying to kind of hit the rats as they go by, you're noticing that, right, like you feel like you've swung at these rats before. So let's go ahead and have you roll. See if you can get it. I'm going to give you advantage this time. Nope. Okay. All right, you're swinging at the rats and you're not hitting any still, but oddly enough, you feel like you swung at that exact rat before. Like you knew when it would be coming. And even though you did, you're just kind of like, this is weird.
So following the flame, is there one of the tunnels that seems like it's coming from more than another?
Absolutely. There absolutely does seem like there is a tunnel that goes off to the left, and the flame does kind of lead you in that direction.
Okay. Is that one that we checked before? The suspense is killing me.
I don't know.
Sorry. It does feel like one that you've checked before. I mean,
Okay.
there aren't very many,
Mhm.
so you're able to count them, and you do feel like, yeah, we definitely checked that one. But as you follow the flame through that tunnel, you're getting the sense that the heat is starting to kind of move around you. Like, it's not just like hitting you as you pass with like strange like needles. Now you feel like it's kind of like undulating around you. Like the very air is actually like moving in pockets around you as you go deeper into this direction.
Okay.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah,
Yep.
me too.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now, again, you're still getting this feeling like we've done this before. We obviously checked this tunnel. There's nothing down there, but for some reason you keep going, right? Following the flame, and eventually you get to that dead end. But instead of there being just a wall, you're suddenly seeing a giant pit.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes
Well, I'm not going
straight
near it.
down, and it is black. It is pitch black.
Okay.
Not going near it.
The edge of it is a little bit jagged, and as you're kind of investigating it just a little bit, you notice that there is a scrap of cloth caught on the edge.
Mhm. Does it look like a cloth that we may have seen on a person before, maybe?
It does. It definitely looks very similar to the lace that was on Delilah's dress.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay.
We'll keep going.
Okay. Now, none of you saw this vision, but Katie kind of described this to you. She said that for some reason, when she was in a trance, she saw Delilah get pushed into a hole, right, in a cave at the end of a tunnel by Curtis. Now,
I remember.
you're not sure exactly if this is the same tunnel, but the odds that there was a pit in a tunnel in a cave and Delilah got pushed into it,
Well,
and the
that's
fact
true.
that you find a piece of her dress at the edge of this tunnel is just a little bit too coincidental to be normal.
So
I'm not going into the pit after her.
We
I'm
can't
just
see
gonna-
down it though, because it's pitch
It
black.
looks pitch black. You kind of,
Okay.
Bailey, if you kind of lean over
Yeah, with
it,
the-
you might.
Get the torch as low as possible.
Okay.
I don't want to risk dropping the torch.
Okay. As you do that, you see a little bit of a glimmer
Oh,
down there.
there's something down there.
And as you kind of study it, you realize that it's the glimmer of eyeballs. There's just like two pinpricks reflecting the light back at you.
Wow. Okay. I was going to say maybe we could light the lace on fire and drop it to see if it would illuminate the tunnel, but I don't want to throw flaming lace on something that is looking at us. Or do I?
Now,
I mean, maybe.
Jameson, you would know this, having been out on the frontier, but you know that people, their eyes glimmer and reflect red back to people, right?
Oh, that's true.
But animals, their eyes reflect green. And these eyes are definitely green.
Well,
As you kind of look over the edge, Aurora starts to bark. She barks and growls, and she kind of like goes over to the edge, looks down, barks, and then kind of backs away as if she knows what's down there and doesn't like it. And Bailey, you're kind of, as you're continuing to look down there, it seems like the eyes are getting closer.
All right. Well, hey, Jameson, is something down there. It's alive. It's moving. I'm gonna hold the lantern for him to see better. I don't know why this giant pit is here, or why there's an animal in it, or how this animal has survived for this long. But it's there.
And as you're studying it, you're noticing that this is a really strange ascent that this creature is making. It is not like climbing up the side.
Flying at me.
It seems like it's kind of just like floating at a very sustained pace up toward you.
Okay.
Hey, do we have some of that dynamite?
Yeah, I got lots of it. What are you thinking?
How much do we have, actually?
A cart full.
Great. Let's just push the whole cart down there. I'm not kidding. Like, let's just do. Nope.
Or just like add dynamite thingy. Because if one dynamite was able to take down that huge monster thing out there, I would think one, maybe two would be good here, and then we'd still have it in case we need it later.
Yeah.
Potentially. Okay.
All right, fine.
All right. Now, by this point, you're noticing that the growling is getting quite loud, and it is probably coming from that creature.
Oh, then yeah, whole cart. That's fine. Just whole thing. Just put the whole cart down.
I mean, I can do it. I'll start trying to light the fuses.
Okay.
I mean,
All
we
right.
don't really need a timed fuse at this point, right?
No. So Bailey, go ahead and roll to see if you can just quickly get together a stick of dynamite and just drop it down.
Can I use
the hole.
nimble for my nimble fingers for this
I
one?
will let you use nimble fingers for this one.
Finally paid off.
Finally.
No, it didn't really pay off because I didn't make it.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. Unfortunately, you're a little spooked. Your hands are a little sweaty because, again, right, this is really, really dank air, and it is super hot, and you've been sweating for quite almost like a half an hour by now, and so you aren't quite able to get it ready. And suddenly, you see, all three of you see what appears to be a giant paw just kind of clamber out of the pit, and it is enormous. It is probably like
I'm backing away. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. You guys have guns.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you see this creature come out, you realize that it is a bear. It is an enormous grizzly bear, and it is probably, from the size of its head, Jameson, you can tell that this thing is probably about 15 feet tall. It is enormous. And it starts to climb out of this pit, and it looks at all of you. And as you're noticing it, you notice that parts of its face are missing, just kind of like hanging off, very similar to that moose, right? As if it had been rubbing or scratching or something, and it's just kind of half of its face is kind of dangling off of its jawbone. It sees all three of you and roars and immediately lunges.
I fire at it.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and break there really quick. We're going to take our 7-minute break, and then we will come back and have you all fight this bear.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Bring your bear fighting gun, everybody.
Yep.
Right,
Okay. Still waiting on Alan and Ryan. Getting this moment of combat ready.
Yeah. We're gonna fight a bear.
Yes.
A werebear.
Werebear.
Yeah.
Bear.
Bear. The first like tabletop RPG I played was like a White Wolf Super Friends kind of thing. So like I played a kitsune and we had I don't know their names, but it was a werebear basically, and then a vampire, an Malkavian. And so it was the three of us against like whatever we came up against. So it was cool. It was set in like ancient Greece. Like the GM was a big like history fan, and so like we fought at the Battle of Thermopylae and stuff like that. Like it was pretty cool.
That's
But,
cool.
yeah,
Against a werebear?
No, the werebear was on our side, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
It's werebear time. All right.
Awesome.
I'm ready for it now.
Well, I think we obviously have to have everyone roll initiative.
Yes.
Do we though? Like,
I mean, you could run away from the werebear.
I gotta be honest. I'm not opposed to that plan. Just so we're all on the same page.
Just running away from the 15-foot tall
I mean,
werebear.
At least Molly shot the bear, so she's at least fighting the bear for one round.
Yeah.
10 initiative for Bailey.
All right, fine.
6.
Okay.
Do I get a sneak attack since I?
Yeah, you will get an extra round.
Oh, cool.
Surprise round because you did shoot bear. Okay. What did you get, Bailey?
10.
10, nice. And how about you, Jameson?
Sorry. I got a 4.
A 4. Oops. There we go. Okay, so it looks like Molly's gonna go first, and then we're gonna have the bear, and then Bailey, and then Molly again, and then Jameson. Okay. All right. So Molly, go ahead and fire your shot.
All right. I've been listening to a lot of Hamilton, and so when you say that, it's really hard for me not to think you.
Yeah, right.
Break into song. Yeah.
I was waiting to watch Into the Heights, and I haven't had a chance yet. So
Yeah, I got 1 success.
Okay. All right. You are able to shoot the bear. And just like before, when you were fighting the moose, this definitely feels like your guns are effective. It is as if you were just shooting a normal bear. But for some reason, again, it seems like this bear doesn't register pain. It doesn't react to the wound at all.
Okay. And yeah. Because I get... Sorry, I am in so many different types of campaigns and so many different rule sets. So I get 1 combat action and 1 movement action, basically, right? Or can I fire twice? Oh, then I do that. I definitely fire again at it.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay.
You get 2 actions. You get to choose what they are.
Okay, cool. And that one I did not get a success.
Okay. All right. This one didn't quite seem to pierce the bear's hide. Okay.
I threw away my shot.
Oh, no.
All right. Now, the bear is actually going to lunge at Bailey because Bailey is really close to the edge. So the bear is going to go ahead and swipe, and it's going to get you, Bailey. It's going to get you. So it does 2 damage because this is a huge bear claw just swiping you, basically batting you across the side of the shaft so you hit the wall.
When Molly healed me earlier, did it actually heal a point of damage or just heal the wound?
2. It heals 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Sorry, GM discretion, I suppose, but the trait says 2 HP.
That's what the trait says, so we'll go with that for sure.
I am at 4 health.
Okay, so this
Not
bear
good, not great.
is dangerous. Absolutely dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. But that is the bear's turn.
Okay.
Bailey, it is your turn.
Yeah. Try the dynamite.
Okay. All right. Roll again to see if you can roll the dynamite up into a useful
Yeah, I got it
form.
this time. 5s and 3s.
Nice. Okay, you are able to do that, and you light it from the lantern. Okay. That's going to take your whole turn. So on the next turn, you can throw it. Okay. Excellent. Okay, Molly, you're up again.
Okay.
All right. The bear is just kind of has moved to attack Bailey and is definitely going to start looking at the rest of you.
Shoot it again, and this time I did
Okay.
get a success.
Excellent. Okay. Again, the bullet hurts the bear, just pierces its side. Okay.
And another 5. So
Nice.
success. Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Great. All right, Jameson, it's your turn. Molly's just firing at this bear, doing it what seems to be a lot of damage, but the bear is not slowing down, not registering pain.
How far down below us is it?
How far? Oh, it's come out by this point.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Is it
come
still-
out enough to like slap
It's still on the edge.
Bailey. Yeah, it's still kind of like not exactly climbing because it kind of seems like it's
Right.
floating out of the pit, but it's about halfway.
Yeah.
All right, so
Go Stoppy Bear.
I'm gonna grab a stick of dynamite.
From Bailey.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm gonna run to the bear, and I'm
Okay.
gonna like try to shove the bear back into the hole while sticking the dynamite down its like throat.
Okay.
Gull it, shove it down there.
Yeah,
All
like,
right.
like trying to. If hopefully it's off balance or something.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and have you roll strength to see if you can do this.
I made it.
It's like, don't
Okay.
mess this up.
All
First thing
right.
I did all night.
Excellent. So you are able to shove the bear, and let's go ahead and just assume, because the bear is bellowing and roaring, you're able to just shove the dynamite right into its throat and push it down. Okay, excellent. All right. Now, Bailey, how long of a fuse did you give? Did you give this? to
5
the
seconds,
dynamite?
probably.
5 seconds. Okay.
Well, however, I saw Duff do it, so however long Duff's fuse was,
Okay.
I probably like copied
Right.
his.
Okay, Duff gave you guys about 10 seconds so you could run
Okay.
away. So, okay,
So we should
excellent.
do that.
All right, now the bear, it does kind of teeter off, but for some reason, again, it's so strange. It seems like the bear is not actually connected to anything. It's just kind of floating up in the air. So when you shove it off the edge, it just kind of sinks down a little bit, but then immediately again starts to rise. And so it's going to take a swipe at you, Jameson.
That's fair.
Okay.
A little mad at you.
And it is going to miss. It is going to try to swipe at you, but it just, the way that you pushed it just seems like it's kind of just out of its reach. You're just out of its reach. So it misses
Okay.
you. Okay, Bailey, it's your turn.
Yeah. Should I light more dynamite? I mean, should I push the thing off Jameson? Like, because it went for Jameson. I don't know if it helps for me just like throw myself into it and try to knock it off balance. But I think that's what I'm actually going to try to do. Like
Okay.
in the moment of panic, like I see this thing going at Jameson. Its broadside is exposed to me. I'm going
Okay.
to try to like slam my entire body weight into it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll to see if you can do that.
I didn't. I got a 1 and a 3. So
Okay. You just bounce off that bear. It is too strong.
it is like a stone wall, apparently.
It is a very fleshy stone wall.
Oh.
Okay.
And fleshy and what else?
Not gonna say it. Okay. You do get a quite a bit of bear blood on you though, because Molly shot it a bunch of times. It's also kind of bleeding down
Gross.
from its throat.
Yeah, nasty.
All right. So you are now covered in bear blood. Okay, Molly, it is your turn.
Okay.
You have
Is
seen
it
Jameson
lit?
shove dynamite down his throat, and yes, the fuse was lit.
Okay.
Mhm.
We should go. Like, we should probably get away from the dynamite that's about to go off in the hot air balloon. Like,
The hot air balloon.
it was either that or something with like the Harkonnen guy from Dune with just floating around since it's a floaty bear. Either way, we should go. We should. Boot.
Okay, so does that mean you run down the tunnel?
Yes.
Okay.
I tell them we should go, and then I start running down the tunnel. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, so Molly's run down the tunnel. Jameson, Molly's telling you to run. Do you run?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay. All right, so you run as well. Okay, unfortunately, that leaves you, Bailey. You are closest to the bear, and the bear is going to take one final
Thanks,
swipe
everybody.
at you. And it does hit you. So again, it slashes you across the chest with its claws for 2 damage.
Guys, I am not doing great.
Okay. All right. But Jameson was kind of able to, get a little bit of distance between him and the bear. And so that's Bear's turn. Bailey's going to run. Okay, running. Excellent. All right. So all 3 of you book it down the tunnel. The bear roars a final time, and then you hear an explosion. Okay. Now, very similar.
We left a cart of dynamite behind. Sorry.
Did you?
I didn't think about it. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There were pressing concerns with the.
Okay. So what happens is very similar to what happened with the creature. The body explodes, right? You hear this deafening sound that echoes through the entire mine shaft, the mine system. It is so loud that it almost like blows your eardrums out because it's just concentrated force of sound, just like blasted down the mine tunnel. The roaring has stopped though. After your ears kind of stopped ringing, you don't hear the bear anymore. But as your hearing kind of returns after the shock, you can definitely hear rocks falling behind you. And you feel like as you turn around and kind of take a look, you're seeing some dust and kind of rubble just kind of teeter down the kind of shoot down the tunnel just a little bit, implying that there's probably some type of rock slide that occurred back there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the tunnel, like I said, the roaring is stopped. So you feel like the bear was sufficiently blown to pieces.
Well, we've done really well blowing things up in this campaign so far.
Wasn't there something about Curtis turning into a bear in one of the
there might have been
or something? Or like, wasn't there either one of his tattoos or like I'm remembering something now about that may have been Curtis.
May have been.
Either way, he should have stayed dead the first and or second times. I don't know how many times Jameson's killed him, but just the one. Okay.
Just the once.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now.
Do we go down the hole next?
The hole? Like the pit?
Yeah.
Like backtrack.
You could backtrack. If you want to go back and see what happened, you're welcome to go look at the pit. Do you want to?
Well, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lead the way. Here's the lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we better do it.
Yeah.
All right.
See if somehow the cart of dynamite is still unexploded.
Right? It might be. I mean, the force of the blast might have just knocked it over or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you go back down the tunnel and you notice that for some reason the air feels a little cooler, like there's a draft coming from that direction for once. And as you go down the tunnel, you notice that the pit is still there, but there is debris of bear everywhere, just all across the walls, the ceiling. There's just bits of bone and fur and muscle everywhere. And there's also just some blood stains. I didn't say the actual word.
No, you're good.
Pretty
Jameson is going to need you to bear with him as he throws up.
Okay.
You look so proud for being disappointed in yourself, I'm sure.
He is. He's been brought to our level.
I'm proud of you.
You're welcome. That's your one for the campaign.
Yes.
One and done.
Mhm.
He waited this long.
So the cart, you notice that the cart, there's some rubble, like the ceiling kind of caved in just a little bit. It seems like most of the cave in kind of happened over the pit, so it went down into it. But there's just a few rocks and some dust in the air. The cart was tipped over, but it seems like everything's there. It doesn't seem like it's on fire or anything, so it seems relatively usable. You have to dig it out just a little bit, but it's still there. Okay.
So the dynamite blew up, though?
The stick of dynamite in the bear's mouth did blow up.
Okay,
The
but the
dynamite in
stuff that was
cart,
still... Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there. It's
All right, good.
The
Let's
cart got
salvage it.
tipped over, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And as you kind of are picking the dynamite up and gathering it all together, or putting it back in the cart, you're again feeling that kind of draft of cold air, and it is extremely refreshing, but it is also bone chilling. It is coming from the pit itself.
Okay. I look down the pit carefully so I don't fall or anything.
Okay. And again, it looks really dark down there. You don't see anything, but you are feeling kind of that wind coming up out of the pit. And to you, Molly, this feels like winter air, like outside air, as if somehow this pit leads up top, which is strange because it goes down.
Yeah. Are there any like pieces of wood or anything around? Something that would burn slowly.
There is some wood. There was like kind of some of those like framework pieces of log that were kind of propped up against the walls to keep the tunnel secure.
Okay.
There's some of that. You could potentially break off a piece from one of those wooden beams.
I want to do that, light it on fire with the lantern and drop it down to see if we can see how deep down it goes and if it illuminates anything on its way.
Okay. You drop it down. It does illuminate the sides of the pit, and then suddenly it vanishes. About 20 feet down, it just instantly disappears. You didn't see where it went. It just was gone.
Did it seem like the flame went out or like it disappeared?
You're not sure. It could have been that the flame went out, but that seems unlikely.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to go down there because that's what's going to happen to us.
Yeah, we will vanish.
Now, Jameson, Aurora, she seems fine now. She was really agitated when she was smelling that bear.
Sure.
But now that she's kind of, the bear's gone, obviously, and she feels a little bit of like the winter air coming up out of the pit, she seems a lot more calm, stable.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
Nobody seems too excited about it.
Yeah. I guess we can try to leave. I don't really want to climb down the weird disappearing hole.
What if we tied a rope around someone and lowered them down? I mean, 1, 2, 3, not it. I'm not volunteering. I'm just saying. What if we did that?
Bailey, you're not get the running anyway. What with the hole in your foot and all.
Yeah, and the bear claw marks in my body all over the place. And
Bailey is severely injured. He was attacked by this, like mauled by the bear.
That's true.
I gotta be honest. I'm not sure Molly and Bailey can pull me out of the hole.
True.
I can go try.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that reassuring statement. But I'm pretty sure I can pull Molly out of the hole.
Oh God, why did I say anything? Let me see how many times I'm allowed to heal.
Is it once per session? No. All right. If it's once per session, we just hold out as long as we can until the session.
No, there's not a limit. It just
Oh,
says as an action. So it doesn't say like once per session or anything like that. So I could heal him and have him go, is what I'm saying. Because I'm the healer. You need me.
That's true. But, you know.
But Bailey is the one that knows how to use the dynamite, though.
That's true.
So is that meaning that he should go down there with dynamite? Or that he should not go because
I'm
he's
just saying that Bailey is the one that has that specialized knowledge.
I would say that I'm not going to go anywhere with 2 hit points, effectively with 2 HP left.
Okay.
I'm bleeding. I'd like to at least fix this before I go into any holes.
All right.
Especially that's the hole that the bear came from.
Why don't
I'm feeling a little traumatized right now.
Why don't we do this? I still have that shovel handle. So let's turn one end into a torch. We'll tie a rope on it, and we'll lower it down and try to pull it back up.
That's a good idea.
That's good. I like that better than me.
Then we can try with it.
I like that better than me just rappelling down there.
So that is the plan we're going to do.
Yes,
We'll
that is a good plan.
shovel handle. We'll make a torch on one end so we can see where it is.
Yes.
And then we'll just lower it down until it disappears, count to 10, and then try to pull it back up.
Cool.
Okay.
So we will start enacting that plan.
Excellent. So you light this shovel handle on fire. You tie it to the rope. You lower it down.
We light it on fire carefully enough that it's not going to burn the rope. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
It's not haphazard.
Okay, right. You tie the rope in the middle so it's evenly balanced. I get it. Okay, so the shovel handle lowers. It eventually gets to that point where the previous kind of stick of fire disappears, so about 20 feet down, and then it just disappears.
Okay.
The pit goes dark.
And we'll try to pull it back up.
Okay. All right. You pull it up, and the torch is out. The fire is gone, but the stick is still there.
Is it warm to the touch?
No, it is freezing cold.
Is there
Almost as if it were
on it or anything?
Not exactly frost or ice, but it does feel like maybe it was outside for a little while.
Okay. Since it came back up, I will dress warmly and
Hold up.
Okay.
No. I have the giant overcoat and the hat and everything. This cold is my job. All right. Aurora, I'm going to hook her up to the cart. And if I pull on the rope, just yell mush. All right? If you're a sled dog, she knows what to do with a cart and a harness.
Okay, I thought you were going to put Aurora down in the hole. And I was like, that is very not Jameson-like. No.
He will
She's
not.
your rescue. Okay.
Yeah. And then just get your shoulder behind the cart and help her.
Yeah.
Please. All right. Rope around the waist.
Okay.
And I'll carefully lower and so I'm going to hold myself. I guess I'll relight the stick
Okay.
in one hand as I lower, and I'll have my pistol in the other hand.
Okay.
Seems like a great idea.
I don't have a better idea. Do you want to do it?
No, I don't.
Stop with
I'm good with
backstreet
this.
commentary there. You can backstreet drive your own.
Well, I'm not. Bailey's that guy that's like, ooh, I would never do this.
All right, and then.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and have Molly and Bailey just roll strength to see if you can lower him down. I'll give you advantage because you're helping each other.
Okay, cool.
Good advantage is nice.
Yes, it is.
I got a 5, so
Cool. And I got a 6.
Yay!
I appreciate you all not rolling triple ones trying to help a team.
Right? Yeah, that's your job for this session.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Excellent. Okay. So, Jameson, as you kind of just like step over the edge and they start lowering you down, you feel kind of weightless, as if you're floating in water, perhaps. You don't feel any water, but you suddenly feel very buoyant.
Can I breathe?
You can breathe. You do feel like the lower you get down into this pit, though, the colder it's getting. And you are wearing your outdoor gear.
Mhm.
It's a little damp from bear blood and sweat, but it's not doing very much to keep you warm, but it is kind of at least stopping the initial chill of the draft that's coming up out of the pit. But still, you just feel like you're sinking down very, very slowly, maybe even through like oil or something. You just feel like you have a huge amount of buoyancy. You just kind of continue to sink down.
All right. Once I start to think it's moving towards unbearable / like hypothermia damage, I'll tug on the rope to be pulled up.
Okay.
Unless something else interesting happens, in which case I will deal with that.
Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and kind of cut to Molly and Bailey's view. As you're looking down at Jameson, like you kind of get the sense that he's falling, but the rope, like he suddenly got very light, and you're lowering him down, and the rope is continuing to kind of be pulled out of your hands as you lower it, but it's almost as if Jameson isn't there. He's not at the end of the rope, as if like the rope was cut or something. It's just he's not there any longer. But you can see him. You can see him there. You can see the torch in his hand. And he just slowly gets to about that 20-foot mark. And then suddenly you can see that like his legs disappear. His legs disappear as he's sinking down.
I stop and I yell down, how are you feeling?
So Jameson, once your legs kind of get past that point, you see that they're gone. You can feel them, like you kind of like wiggle your boot and you can still feel it, but you don't see it at all. It is icy cold though.
Mm-hmm.
Not terribly cold, like not the coldest you've ever felt, maybe out on the frontier in the wilderness during the winter, but it is definitely like you're being plunged into an icy river. It is that much of a difference between the pit and that cutoff line at 20 feet.
Okay.
So they've stopped lowering you because they want to know how you are.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Molly yell at me.
Yeah, she's calling down to you. You can hear it.
Keep lowering me.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So again, that icy cold just kind of goes up your legs, up to your waist, and eventually Bailey and Molly, you see Jameson completely disappear. He's gone.
Turn and look, and I don't know.
What do I see under here?
I guess we wait.
Yeah, I wait. Okay, so I like just kind of feel the rope to see if we feel a tug or anything on it.
Okay. Don't feel a tug. Again, like you feel like there's no weight to Jameson anymore. You feel the rope, but you don't feel him at all.
I'm going to do the same thing we did with the stick. I will count to 10, and then even if he doesn't pull, I'm going to pull back up.
Sure. Okay. Jameson, once this freezing cold has passed over your head, you suddenly feel like you're floating. You kind of feel the rope. It's still there. You feel the rest of your body. It's still there. The torch has kind of started to stop flickering. Like before it was kind of fire, it was moving, but suddenly it has just kind of stopped, like it's frozen. The flame is no longer moving. It's still on, but it is kind of as if it's just like a picture of a flame now. as far as what you see, you kind of look around, and it seems like you are in the pit still. You can kind of see the walls, but as you look down, you actually see what appears to be more kind of flickering lights, as if there's a lantern below your feet. You don't know exactly like how far down it is, but you can kind of just see like a flickering light of lantern light.
Do I see any movement?
Besides the flame of that lantern light, not really.
Okay. All right. Well, pull me up. If they're not already pulling.
Okay.
Do we even feel this, hear this, know any of this?
So he's jerking on the rope, but Molly and Bailey, you don't feel it at all. You don't feel the jerking of the rope, but you do count to 10 and you start to pull. And Jameson, you do feel like you are finally starting to ascend again. Okay.
Welcome back.
Now I'm going to go ahead and have Molly and Bailey make a perception test really quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Jameson, but he has no goatee because he's from the Mariana.
It's the underground or whatever it was called. Ooh, I got a good one that time. I definitely saw it.
Nice.
We got a 5 and a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both of you, as you're kind of trying to pull Jameson up, you hear footsteps behind you.
Oh, shit. Okay. I hold on to the rope still, but I turn and look to see if I can see anything behind us. Oh my god, this is the worst time for you to freeze.
Am I back?
You're back.
You're back.
Okay.
That was great.
Okay. So you turn and look, and you hear whistling, like someone is whistling a tune. Okay. And these footsteps get closer and closer, and eventually you see Curtis. And he's standing there, and he's got 2 guns, and they're pointed both at each of you. And he says, "Well, fancy meeting you 2 down here."
I didn't kill you even one time.
He says, "I know, so we're going to keep that one in the doorway. Let go of the rope."
I let go of the rope and I yell.
All right, let go of the rope.
You yell mush. Okay, awesome. All right, so Jameson, you feel yourself kind of being pulled up, and then suddenly like the force gets a little weak, and then you kind of slowly start getting pulled up as Aurora's pulling. And Curtis says, that's an interesting contraption. And he puts one of his guns in his belt, and he takes a knife out, and he looks like he's going to go cut the rope off of Aurora.
That's a good thing, right?
Does anyone stop them?
No, because I'm on the other end of the rope.
I thought you were already out. Oh, you're not out all the way
No,
yet?
he's not out.
No, he's not. I shoot at him.
You shoot at him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jameson's not here to be the trigger happy one, so it's going to be me.
At him.
I won't be the only one who killed Curtis.
Yeah.
Well, if you shoot, I'll go and jump and grab the rope then.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Because he can't shoot back at both of us, I don't think.
Well, I also wouldn't have thought he could come back to life, so this is obviously someone we're,
Fair.
doesn't deal within the normal parameters. I got a 5.
Okay, excellent.
2 1s and a 5, but I did get a 5. So.
All right, so Molly, you shoot him, but the bullet goes through him, but doesn't seem to injure him at all.
Oh no. He's going to be real mad at me for that.
Oh no.
Bailey, you're able to grab the rope and kind of help
I don't need to roll
Aurora.
for it.
But he kind of just laughs and he says, "You can't kill me in the doorway."
Then step outside the doorway.
He says,
"What is?"
"No, see, I'm not even really interested in the 3 of you. I just don't want to keep getting shot at, if you don't mind. I'm down here because little Miss Whitaker got away from me again. I lost her in the doorway and she ended up crawling through here. I didn't know that she knew how to open the doorways, of course. But she does, I guess. So
I'm gonna need a timeout, Curtis. We don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know what I'm talking about. What I do need from you, though, is your help to find her. She is lost in the mine, and I can't seem to find out where she's been, but she trusts the three of you. So if you wouldn't mind chasing her out of whatever hole she's hidden herself into so that I can take her home, I would be most grateful, and I would consider letting you out of the doorway so you can go back up to your lives in Porte Blanche.
So what you're saying is the person that we had rescued safely that you stole from us and lost is now in some kind of danger?
She's not in
It's
danger.
amazing.
She's just scurrying around here somewhere.
All right, I'm going to
And
go
I
get
need
Jameson out of
you
the hole.
to call her out.
What is it exactly that you want with her?
My father hired me to bring her home. She shouldn't be here for when he gets here. I don't think I don't want to be here when he gets here. So, if you help me find her, she won't be here when he gets here.
Who's he?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You haven't figured it out yet?
Can I slowly try to pull the rope while he's talking, Doug?
He's spinning around.
And
Yeah.
Curtis kind of looks at you and says, you didn't get the ritual, did you?
Mm-mm.
We kind of burned down the church before that could happen.
You did do that.
Well, my apologies for that. But you see, Mr. Mumford and his colleagues have opened a doorway beyond the stars, if you can believe that. And they are inviting someone through that doorway. Now, he has a name that is horribly difficult to pronounce, so I won't even try, but we just call him the one with the laughter.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
So, like I said, if you're friends with Miss Whitaker, if you value her life in any way, it would be wonderful if you could help me find her so that I can take her home so that we can leave this town before the one with the laughter gets here.
I think that sounds like a good idea for us to also be gone. So, when you say that we're in the doorway, is that why we can't get out?
He says, "Oh yes, I sealed the doorway so that she couldn't escape. So, if we can find her, like I said, I'll let you out."
I mean,
Okay.
Do we have a
okay.
deal?
Are you going to help us find her?
Oh, of course. I mean, I've been down here
That's creepy. That was creepy.
for decades looking for her, actually.
Wait, you've been down here for decades looking for her?
You see, time works a little differently
No.
down here.
I don't want to be down here for a decade. All right, let's get Jameson back out of here before he dies.
Before he pukes from spinning around.
I'm going to have to ask for your weapons, though, because like I said, I really am sick of being shot at. And he did do a number on me last time we were just having a conversation, really. So he kind of...
I don't even have a weapon to put down.
So he holds his hand out to you, Molly, to take your gun if you're willing to pass it over to him.
Okay. Here. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but I do it.
Okay. And he says, "Thank you. See, trust works both ways, doesn't it?
But you're literally taking my gun because you don't trust me.
Yeah,
So.
right. What a great show of trust from you in taking our weapons.
Mhm.
Now, once the one in the hole gets out, I would be obliged if you took his firearm and gave it to me as well.
Oh, I don't think that's going to go so well.
You can certainly try.
And he says, I mean, I could just keep you down here forever if you'd prefer
Well,
that.
Why don't we get him out of the hole?
Mm-hmm. Can Jameson hear this? Is he like able to hear this conversation happening, or are we going to have to try and recap it?
Jameson can't hear anything from where he's at
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Okay. We'll get him out of the hole, and this will be fun for you to try and explain to him. Yeah. Well, when we start pulling him up, as soon as he's within range, like hearing range and communications range, I will tell him, hey, Curtis is here, but we can't shoot him. So don't try, because, that he doesn't like it. But it doesn't do any good. So I explained that it doesn't do any good, and that he wants us to help him find Mrs. Whitaker. So I will say those things, and then when he gets up to the top, I'll say, oh yeah, and also he wants your gun.
Okay, so Jameson, you're finally able to get up out of that kind of stasis section of the pit, and you hear Molly tell you this.
Yeah, that was kind of my reaction too.
Let me know when I get to the top.
And Curtis repeats, like I said, I could leave you here.
Am I like at the top now? Can I climb out of the hole?
Yeah, Bailey has kind of started to
Yeah,
leave to the
You're
top.
going to shoot him, aren't you?
Curtis? You seem the exact opposite of the state I left you in. Cool.
So, will you give me your firearm?
Oh, Molly here says I can't rightly shoot you anyway because of all the timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbliness down here.
No, you can't shoot me, but you could shoot Miss Whitaker, and I don't want that to happen.
Why did I shoot her? She's a friend. I studiously don't look at Bailey's foot. Like, if I can't rightly shoot you, you ain't got nothing to fear from my gun, so just let me keep it. You took Molly's gun, I can see it there on your person. So we each have one, and you can shoot us, and we can't even shoot you, so it seems like you're holding on the cards anyway.
He says, but like I said, I don't want you to hurt Miss Whitaker.
I ain't gonna give you my gun, Curtis.
Curtis, this isn't happening. I can just
I
tell
will
you.
give you my word, I will not shoot you. It ain't gonna do me no good anyway.
Are you a man of your word, Jameson?
It depends how much I've been drinking. And unfortunately, I'm blind, stinking sober, so yes, I am.
He says, fine, you may keep your weapon, but
Wonderful.
I will require of your word that you do not harm Miss Whitaker in any way.
Well, why would we?
I give you my word, I will not harm Miss Whitaker.
Excellent.
And I will warn you before I try to throw down on you.
We came down here to save her, so I think that that's still the goal.
He says, good. All right, well, temporary truce then, until we can find her. And like I said, in exchange, I will let you out of the doorway. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right. So Curtis says, okay, follow me. And he starts going back down the tunnel. Do you follow him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
where else
follow
we're
him.
gonna go?
He has my gun, so yes.
Right.
Okay. So as you follow him, you seem to notice that kind of like undulating feeling of the wind and the walls and just the air kind of seems to disappear as you get closer to Curtis. Almost as if he's like cutting some type of channel through the heat and the air. And so if you kind of just like follow him in single file, you feel actually like the air is normal. It is cold because you're down in the earth. But just for some reason, you feel like just staying close to him makes everything a lot more like a regular mine tunnel.
Okay.
Okay. And then he kind of, as you're following him, he kind of stops to where the elevator was, and he says, all right, like I said, she's hiding from me. So if you three would be so kind as to go down this tunnel here and call for her, she might come out of wherever she's hiding.
Okay.
And he says, I'll wait here. And once you bring her out, I will let you go.
So if I also promise not to hurt Delilah, which we're friends, we became friends when we were hanging out and whatnot. I have seen what's in these tunnels, and I will need my gun to defend myself. I also give you my word that I will not shoot Delilah. I will just need it to defend myself against, werebears and stuff.
And he says, oh, the bear wandered in after me in the cave? How funny.
Yeah, hilarious. So I'm going to need my gun to be able to defend against that kind of thing, but I promise you I will not shoot Delilah.
And he says, well, if you're a lady of your word, then I will return your firearm. And he hands you back your gun. And he says, I'll just be waiting here, and I'll let you out as soon as you bring her to me.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So he kind of just like waits. And you notice this whole time, he has not had a lantern or anything. He's just been walking in the dark.
Oh, he's a zombie, so I don't. Not surprised.
I'm pretty sure zombies have dark vision. Yeah.
Right, sure. I mean, nothing surprises me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, again, by this point, the screaming stopped a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're going through this other section of the tunnel, you're noticing that the air feels quite normal, unlike the other tunnel that was kind of hot and cold and doing weird stuff with the air pressure. Right? This one just feels normal, like it's still and cold and quiet, and it smells like stone. It's not damp air at all. But you notice as you kind of progress a little bit that you get to a point where you see a bunch of dead rats all in a row, as if they all got their heads chopped off, just kind of lined up right in front of you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I miss Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Still up top. She didn't get sealed in.
Yeah.
She did not.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Is there anything else weird other than the fact that the rats are in a row with their heads all decapitated?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he told us to call for Delilah. I don't rightly want to. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
It's a
I
bit
don't know
weird.
if making a noise is a good idea.
I mean, I want this to be over with, so I have no problem calling for her. Hey there, Delilah. Don't boot me, Andy.
Yeah.
Andy Jameson. What is your name?
James. Okay. So, sorry, my internet cut out. What did you say?
We don't need to know.
He yelled for Delilah and
Yeah.
For Delilah.
risked my ever reoccurring wrath.
Yes.
He did.
All right. So you hear your voice echo down the chamber, the tunnel, and you kind of hear it echo back out toward you as if it like hit a wall that you didn't know was there. And then you kind of hear this like crackling noise as if there's some type of cave-in that's happening further down. And this like rumbling noise. And then suddenly you hear Delilah's voice, but she is kind of like breathless, as if she's like being choked by something, and she kind of like yells, "Help!"
Okay.
And then that's all you hear.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and end there because it's late. It's been 2 hours. And I think that's a good stopping point before you enter this last part of the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm glad I have my gun back.
We need to get Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in to episode 9 of Yukon Dark. 3 more to go. We'll be here next Thursday at 9:30 EST, which is 6:30 PST, if I'm remembering correctly, or some variation thereof. It's 9:30 EST. You can figure it out from there. Madi, where can folks find you?
You can find me either on my website at MadiMurdoch.com or on Twitter at Murdoch_Madi.
Ashley, where can folks find you?
This Linktree, Ashley J. Smith, or Instagram syscat12.
Okay. Ryan, where can folks find you? Hi.
Yes.
Mirroring right there.
What?
I mirrored right.
Oh. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at the channel Man vs. Meeple and on Twitter at Loremaster Ryan. That is me.
Yep. I'm Alan Barr. You will find me at gallantnightgames.com, Twitter at gallantkgames, Twitter at Alan Barr, or alanbarr.net. And I think that's it for us tonight, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for your patience with our technical issues. And we're looking forward to having the full crew back next week for a good time.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Well, no one said muscular, so that was a win.
That's great.
I did. You just didn't hear it.
I got a new camera. I don't know if you noticed, my quality is much better tonight.
Send me a link to the new camera.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a DSLR, so like it's not a webcam. That's why.
Oh.
But I mounted it way too high, so I feel like if I want to make direct eye contact with it, I need to be looking like straight up. And if I'm looking at you guys, I feel like I'm looking like down a hill. But I can adjust. I'll fix that.
Yeah. Well, I'm wiped out. It's been a long day, so I think we go off the air and we'll do witty after show banter next week.
Yes.
No problem.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.